Welcome to Florida Mint on Florida Man with Greg, Wayne, Josh, and Cameron, the podcast where Floridians discuss the legends, lore, and crazy stories that always seem to take place in Florida. Wow, we survived Gatorland.
We did survive Gatorland. I think we thrived at Gatorland.
There were some scars. I have some scars.
Yeah.
I tripped going up the steps and just gashed my shin wide open.
Right in the gator pit, though.
Yeah.
And so when you see the water turn from crystal clear to red with Josh's blood, and then more and more gators come out.
Yep, that's me.
And
I had a python
stairs.
flick his little tongue at me, and my arm is still burnt where he got it.
Is that how it happens?
I will say this. It looked cute from where I was standing.
The tongue flick?
Yeah, but I could imagine it being intimidating if it's laying on you.
Oh, no,
yeah.
it wasn't
Well,
laying.
the tongue flick is like 1,000 fire ant bites.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
They say.
Yeah.
Scorpion.
Scorpion bites.
Yeah,
Really?
but that python literally was choking me out. It was a wrestling move.
Yeah.
I was almost gone, and you guys said nothing.
We were laughing.
I was praying.
Okay. Yeah, but you said nothing.
But I was praying.
Well, what? I don't speak Slytherin, right?
What?
Is
Right.
that the thing?
So that's a good point. He couldn't
Slither on
communicate.
by. Yeah.
Slither on by.
Listen, we want to say welcome to our listeners. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us. We are live streaming on patreon.com/FMOFM podcast.
Yes, thank you.
Hello to all of our live streamers.
Hello.
We are glad you guys are hanging out with us today.
Hey, guys, I noticed a new tier.
Yeah?
And I feel like you guys could have ran it past me
Yeah.
because it looks like a big boy.
You were in that group chat.
Was I? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have a new investors tier on Patreon. So if you believe in the show and you want to help us go further at a faster rate, that tier is for you.
Yeah.
And also,
Big part of the show.
yeah, and you know what else is for you is headlines.
Headlines are always for you, no matter what you pay.
Yeah. Come and get some. Okay, headlines.
Headlines.
All right, so we have a Florida man who thought that he was smart enough to fool the FBI.
Nobody's
Come
smarter than
on.
the FBI.
Nobody's smart.
Not even Santa.
No.
So this Florida man was one of the people that went to the Capitol in January.
Okay.
Oh,
And
for the parade.
Yeah, the
Capitol
parade that
parade.
happened in Washington, D.C.
That
Yeah.
ended in burglary.
Well, he was there, okay, but he told the FBI in February when they interviewed him,
Right.
no, I was not there.
Okay.
Okay.
He handed over his phone that he had reset to factory settings
Cool.
so that it
Always
would
works.
eliminate all cell phone proof that he was there.
But does it though?
It does not, because the FBI is smarter than your factory reset.
Oh.
Factory resets are a consumer-based solution.
Right. If you are in your car right now thinking, I could probably get away with a crime because I know how to delete things off of my phone.
Right.
It's not true. The FBI will find out.
Wow.
Well,
Well, FBI used his phone with GPS tracking
nice.
Okay.
to track him within 100 feet of the middle of the Capitol building
Oh, wow.
and prove that he was there.
He was in there.
Oh, he was in it.
He was in deep.
Yeah, they also had video
Because
footage
the
of him
Capitol
running
building
inside.
is 125 feet wide.
Yeah,
Right.
it's not very big.
It's not at all.
It's not big
so
at
you had
all.
to be inside.
Is this guy's name Nicholas?
No, it's not.
It's not Nicholas Cage.
No, it's Jeffrey.
Okay,
I thought you were going
Yeah.
St. Nicholas.
No.
No, he was there for a different reason. The poor guy just thought he was there for sightseeing and got.
He was on a tour and now he's in prison.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now,
Bingo.
I have a question. If you mash your phone with a hammer, will that work against the
Cam?
FBI?
That might be a better option
Yeah.
than just restoring
Then you're
it.
out of a phone, though. You're out.
But
Can we-
you
can
have
we-
to do that before you commit the crime.
Can we just say
Yeah,
right now,
Right.
if you're afraid of
Okay.
the government listening to our show,
Smash your phone.
Smash your phone.
Smash it right now.
Right
Unless
now.
you're listening to our podcast on that phone, then don't do that.
Finish the episode
Finish
and
the
then
episode.
smash your phone.
Smash your phone.
Okay. So our next one, man, this happens all the time. This literally just happened in March, but this got sent in by dozens of people. So we have, our beaches are full of beauty,
Hey,
full of
That's right.
seashells,
That's us,
full
baby.
of beautiful white sand, full of beautiful people.
Yeah.
Hey, that's us, baby.
This
Give me
brought
another
to you
one.
by Florida
Josh
Tourism.
and Wayne.
It's also full of cocaine.
Okay,
and
there it is.
so $1.5 million worth of cocaine
Yeah.
was found in Palm Beach.
I
It
would
just
turn it
washed
in.
up on the shore. You would totally turn every
turn it.
little bit of it in.
Every gram in.
Yeah,
Right.
you would weigh it first.
Yeah.
In Florida,
Just to make sure you got every gram in.
Yes.
Florida's the only place I think on the planet where you have to ask yourself: is that beach sand or is that cocaine?
Is it cocaine?
That's how
Yeah.
nice our beaches are.
Right.
People have accidentally snorted our beaches.
Yeah.
This headline is brought to you by Florida
Florida
Board of Tourism.
Amen. We also had a sea mine and a military drone wash up on our beaches.
Wait, is this the same headline?
No, it's different.
Oh, I
It's
was like,
just-
wait, what?
This is just fun facts with Cam.
Wow.
That's the headline.
Okay.
Coke and bombs.
Coke and bombs. Come down to Florida.
Coke and bombs.
Yeah. So wait a minute. Did a Florida man find cocaine, or was
Yes,
he on the beach
yeah.
selling cocaine?
No. They found it while they were walking the beach and they turned it into authorities.
Oh.
All of it, I assume.
Always.
Always, all
Yeah.
of it. But, there is a high chance that you could find something like that in Florida.
Oh, for sure. They're like
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
FBI.
I did see the drone.
Land of
The
mysteries.
drone was cool. It
Drone
was
was
bright
cool.
orange.
It was huge.
Yeah.
I love that.
So we have 2 Florida officers. Shame on them. Okay.
Give him the shame stick.
I'm going to give them the shame baton. They
Okay.
they were caught giving 12, what do you call them? Tickets. Okay.
Okay.
Infractions.
Sure.
Yeah.
Tickets to 9
Spankings.
different people.
12 tickets to
Spankings. They
9
handed
people.
out 12 spankings to 9 different people
That doesn't add
that they
up.
never pulled over.
No.
So they falsified 12 tickets, like
Shame.
speeding tickets, traffic violations.
Do they get commission like on a ticket? Because I could see like that being a thing.
I think you might get some kickback, but I'm not sure.
like
Don't
10%.
fact me on that.
10% of the ticket you get back.
I don't
in
think
your
it works
income?
like
No?
that.
If that was the case,
I think there'd be a lot more police officers.
yeah, I would never drive.
Yeah. So, anyways, this guy found out, or really, I should say, authorities found out about this because a lawyer contacted this victim
Okay.
and said, "Hey, man, do you need help with your 10 traffic violations?"
It's like, what? 10
He's like, "What are you talking about?"
traffic?
Yeah.
He was never pulled over.
Yeah.
He did say that he remembers driving past 2 motorcycle cops, but they
Okay.
never pulled him over. They never said anything to him. They never, did anything. But
Yeah. They just
later
took a
on-
picture of his license plate.
right later on that week, he gets a lawyer saying, "Hey, do you need some help, my dude?" Because 10 traffic violations is a lot.
That's getting cocky.
Okay, if I'm chipping,
That's a lot. Even if they were real, I feel like it'd be hard to come up with 10 of them in
But
the
that's my
same
thing.
day.
I'm going to say,
Littering, maybe profanity,
Right.
finger guns, probably.
Finger guns, yeah, out the back of the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you're a cop and
Okay.
you're going to write some fake tickets,
Okay, hold on. Let me get there.
why would you do 10 to the same person?
Laziness.
I don't know.
Yeah, why not just give 10 to 10 different people
Laziness.
and hope they don't check? I guess so.
Well, because you're at Sonic, you ordered that foot long Coney dog.
right.
Right.
Shout out to Sonic,
Amen.
and you're like, I got to write 10 tickets before I go home and drop. And then,
Yeah, and so I see what you're saying. So they picked a random name. This guy's name is John Johnson,
yeah,
Right.
and he gets 10 tickets.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened to the cops?
No, they're fine. The other guy's in jail.
Wait, the guy
No, I'm
with
just
the...
kidding.
Oh,
Okay,
my
I'm so
God.
sorry. That makes sense.
They're under investigation.
Good. Well, no,
Okay.
we solved it. We
Right.
just solved
No.
it.
We just solved it. So next one, we have a Florida woman
Okay.
accused of choking and biting her Uber driver.
Okay.
Were they dating?
They were not dating. No.
Okay. Did someone
she
throw
was
food?
sitting in the back, 55 years old. Okay. And by this point, you should know better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get. I think 1 through 12 is when you can choke and scratch.
Yeah. My 2-year-old, we're still working on it, but
Yeah.
he's not this bad.
And then in your 20s.
he's not in the choking stage.
Sure.
Thank God. So anyways, she was sitting in the back seat
Yes.
and just completely unprovoked,
Okay.
just began crawled over the center console and
Oh.
began biting and scratching him. So the driver had to call.
That's terrifying.
911.
Bite on the, probably on the thigh or on the ribs.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It is
That's
terrifying.
some tender meat.
When you're driving, you're in a vulnerable state.
Right.
Yeah, I've always
Not
thought
only
that.
just because you're like stationary, you can't get out, but you're in a vulnerable.
because I'm locked.
If
I'm
somebody
locked
starts
and loaded.
choking you,
Yeah.
you can easily not just get choked, but crash.
I feel
while
like
you're being
I have
choked.
control of the gas and the brake. Maybe I just hit one of those really hard if I'm
Right.
being choked.
Imagine you're driving.
You're gonna choose which one in the moment.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't
It
have a
could
plan.
be the gas.
Could be the glass. I'm closing my eyes.
the gas is the green one.
It's spray painted green.
Yeah.
Okay.
Imagine you're driving.
Green means go.
And you're listening to your guided meditation.
Right.
Mhm.
You're in a very vulnerable state.
Okay.
You feel teeth marks on your side.
Oh,
Okay.
And the granny who's been sitting behind you
55 is
wow,
not
dang.
a grand.
Is now-
Yeah, that could be hurtful.
She just bit and scratched somebody.
Okay.
I'm not. No. But I'm just saying, could you?
She's a nice lady.
It's terrifying to
Yeah.
think about because the adrenaline takes you. I mean, you're not going to feel the pain at first. It's more
Right,
the
yeah.
emotional scarring, the fear. Of,
I guess it's the frozen effect, like when the snake licked Cam's arm and he just froze.
right.
And he couldn't even ask for help.
This is the same situation. That snake was choking me,
Okay. And what
Okay,
did you
you're-
do?
biting me.
You could have ran,
and I was
or
in
you
a
could have hit the
vulnerable
brakes.
position. I wasn't driving, but I was recording a podcast,
Let me-
and I had to stay calm.
Let me ask Josh.
Okay.
Josh, would you rather have two professionals stand beside you and
Okay.
put a python on you,
Yeah.
or Nana climbs over the back seat,
Hold on. Let me get there.
bites your side,
Okay.
and starts scratching you while
Hold
you're
on.
driving down the road, listening to Enya?
Well, if I'm honest, guys, it's been a while. I'd probably take the bite.
Come on, my God.
It's been a bit.
All right, our next headline.
I need physical attention.
Okay. Speaking of grandmas and cars,
Nice.
we have a Florida woman,
Yes.
okay, who was driving her car on
Okay.
Yeah.
Interstate 95. All right.
Yeah.
She's driving along. Her I think her grandmother or mother is
Bitter.
sitting with her. She's sitting in the passenger seat. She's driving with her.
Right.
Okay. And they're just driving along, and all of a sudden something comes through the windshield,
Okay.
hits this elderly lady in the head.
Please say snake.
She's bleeding.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And so they pull over. They call 911. They're trying to get attention to her. They're trying to stop the bleeding coming from her head.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And all this time, this granddaughter, I don't know, it's a daughter, was trying to stop the bleeding,
Yeah.
but she
Right.
asked some random guy that came up to help, "Can you please? What hit her? What hit her in the head?"
Yeah.
Right.
So
Are
he
you-
goes to the car.
Yeah.
Okay.
He looks in the car,
Don't.
and a turtle had come through the windshield
My
Are you
God.
kidding me?
Oh, they
and
get kicked
smacked
up by
her
18-wheelers
in
all
the-
the time.
in the head, and it had been hit by a truck
Bro,
and flew in the
you
air
never played Mario Kart?
and came through the windshield and hit this lady
Yeah.
in the head.
Yeah.
Was the shell blue? She was in first place.
It's red.
Oh, no.
That's
no,
insane.
that old Japan anime, the guy that would turn into a turtle,
Yeah.
and he would just like fling himself.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
But this
Guayera?
situation,
I don't know.
This is one of those things where no one would believe you.
A turtle flew through my windshield. I'm late. This is why I'm
Absolutely.
late to work.
100%.
A turtle flew through my windshield and hit me.
And I'm surprised the cops didn't arrest the granddaughter who was driving or the daughter who was driving.
Yeah, it
'Cause
sounds like she
you
steered
say-
into it.
did they find the turtle though?
Well, the turtle was in the car.
Oh,
He was
held it
chilling.
in.
Yeah, he had already climbed into the child's seat.
He's
in the
like, "Are we
back.
going?"
yeah.
No, so here's the
places to
thing:
be.
the turtle was completely fine.
What?
Of course he
Oh,
was.
because he had
Well, he
Buckled up.
Yeah, he had buckled up.
Yeah.
He had sucked them.
he had
legs
locked in.
He took
Yeah.
everything in.
He went in frisbee mode. And that, you have
Yeah.
to lock it in.
right in the
So
forehead.
the truck
Yeah.
flips him up. He goes in turtle shell mode.
Frisbee mode.
Goes right in the windshield.
Yeah.
And is like, "Where are we going?
Yeah.
Ready to
Yeah.
party?"
Disney?
He's like, click it or ticket, mama.
So they ended up letting him go because he was completely fine. Had
The
like
turtle.
a scratch on his turtle shell.
Well, with a ticket.
They said they put him in the woods
They
and he
taped
just
the ticket to his chest.
10 of them.
And they're like, see you in court.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, that turtle's walking with confidence.
What's
now,
like
though.
Oh, he's
slang
gone.
or derogatory for a turtle?
shelled?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You
don't
shelled up?
You don't
Yeah.
want to get shelled. No. So our next Florida, you guys remember like a year ago when we had the story of a Florida family that was posing as a church selling industrial bleach as a miracle cure for
Yeah.
COVID-19
And they were mixing their own.
and HIV.
Right.
They were mixing their own ingredients.
Right. Well, they're going to jail.
Oh, well, that's
Finally.
Yeah, I just
to
wanted
hear.
to give a quick update about that.
I
I know
love-
that people have been stewing about
I've
that.
been
They've been
waiting.
thinking about that headline, and yeah, they've been indicted.
because I injected that bleach and it didn't do nothing.
I know. Well,
Made-
you haven't got sick though.
Made
That's,
you
well,
pretty strong.
that's true.
So we have a Florida man next who goes up to this lady's house. He drives up. We think that he's drunk.
Okay.
Okay.
He goes up to this lady's house. He doesn't know her. He knocks on the door, parks his gold Cadillac.
Hey,
Come
man.
on.
That
he's
says something.
He's doing well.
That's that sugar daddy.
Right.
Parks his gold Cadillac in the front yard, knocks on the door, and basically is asking if he can stay in this house.
Yeah.
And kind of spend the night, need some help. Well,
Right.
the woman actually tried to offer him $100 to stay at a nearby hotel.
Yeah.
His response was, "Don't play with me. I will light your house on fire.
Okay.
Which is really
This
mean.
seems like an extreme.
It is an extreme. Like if I offer you $100 and a good night's sleep in a hotel.
Where's this
Right.
lady live? So I know if I need 100 bones, I just go to her and I'd be like, "Can I spend the night?"
Excuse me,
She's
ma'am.
It's like, no, I'll give you $100.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give you $100 to not stay at my house.
Well, he ended up leaving. He backed his gold Cadillac into her car, moved
Okay.
it quite a bit. I think he did some like real damage to
That's
her.
That's definitely an
vehicle.
Eldorado.
Just scooched it out of the way.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he takes off. Police are called. Police are looking for him. They see this gold. You can't hide in a gold Cadillac.
It's
Especially
tough.
one with a dented rear.
It's difficult, right?
Yeah.
And so they see him. He takes off, drives straight into a retention pond.
Oh, okay.
And so this guy is
Amphicar?
literally, huh?
Was it an amphicar? Did it turn into a boat?
No, just a normal caddy.
Okay.
Cool.
Just gold,
Yeah.
which is heavier than
Oh, yeah, regular.
Right.
Yeah.
regular caddies. So, anyways, he climbs out of his Cadillac, is standing on top of it. Police
Ticked
are
off.
like, "Come
He's-
here."
He's ticked.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's ticked. He also doesn't want to be arrested, so he does.
Yeah.
He's like refusing to swim to shore. He takes a bag, throws it in the water. The article says nothing else about the bag.
Okay.
I want to know what's in the bag that
You
he
know
threw
what I think it
out
was?
into the retention
An,
pond.
an inflatable raft that was
It
supposed
just
to
didn't go.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
supposed to open up and it didn't go.
Okay, that would have been a way better headline.
right?
If he randomly crashed into a retention pond and then
Throws an
threw a
inflatable
raft out
This guy is.
and floated away to the other side of the retention pond and still gets arrested because it's a retention pond.
I just
Oh,
want to say this
gosh.
guy's so sleepy that he goes to a stranger's house, asks for somewhere to stay,
Yeah.
has to leave in fear so quickly that he runs over the person's car,
Oh, yeah.
ends up in a lake, standing on top of his car, and the cops are saying, now you have to go to jail.
Oh, yeah. Well, the
No,
thing
I'd
is,
be
like,
TO'd.
you don't have much time in that situation. Yeah, you can fight them or, like, refuse them for a while, but your car's going down.
It's
You
gonna
only
it
have
was
so much
sinking.
time. It's literally sinking.
Cadillacs are long though. It may touch the bottom before it's
No,
sinks.
this is a short one. I
Oh,
think.
is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
specifically. It's a
Katera?
shorty gold.
It's
Shorty
a-
Katera.
that was my nickname in high school, actually.
Shorty Gold?
Yeah.
I could see that because them gold rings. Hey, fellas.
Hey, Josh.
Joshua.
Good to have you guys back in the studio.
Hey,
It's
man.
really nice. be
Next to
here.
the mailbox where I get my letters.
Oh, do we have a letter
We
tonight?
got a letter.
Come on.
This one starts and ends with, "Hey, have y'all ever committed burglary?"
Okay.
What? Committed
Or that's it.
You
Committed
want us
burglary.
to tell about crimes that we've committed on a podcast?
Yeah,
that is
and I looked
heard?
it up to make sure I knew what they were talking about.
Yeah.
Entry into a building illegally
Okay.
Right.
with intent to commit a crime, especially theft.
Especially theft. I've attempted it.
You've attempted it.
Yeah.
I don't know if
You
you can
didn't achieve
attempt
it.
a burglary.
No, my dad said it was attempted burglary.
Does kidnapping count?
Theft of a kid.
Hold
Yeah.
on, I'm
okay.
sorry. Were you kidnapped?
Or did you commit a kidnap?
if I had to pick one of us that looked like they would be like burglared, like as a person,
Personally
it would be,
burglared.
it would be you.
This guy.
I've been personally
This
burglared.
guy.
Wait, you've been kidnapped?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
Okay.
I didn't know this was going to come up tonight on the podcast.
Well, let's hear about it.
Yeah, you go first then.
Here's the thing.
Pretty boy.
There's an aunt that I had that we don't talk to anymore.
What?
I can't. I
Because of
really
this?
can't get into it. Honestly,
It sounds like you're getting into it.
I
though.
can't. It's
You
one
want-
of those things where your family talks about it without talking about it. They're like, "You remember JoJo?"
No.
Wait, your aunt JoJo stole you?
What? I mean,
I've never heard this conversation.
I'm here though. Okay, I was okay.
You did make it back
She
okay.
took me for a while. Nobody knew where I was.
Okay.
We were bowling. The thing is, I didn't know
You were
I was
bowling for
I didn't know it
weeks.
was part. I didn't know it was a part of a crime.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought I was having a good, few weeks with Aunt JoJo.
Right.
So you
I-
committed burglary on yourself.
I want
Well,
to clarify.
I was
You
I was
were the-
burglared.
You were the object.
Right.
Yeah,
I was
usually
I
the-
am the object.
Usually the kidnappee isn't charged with anything.
No, I wasn't charged.
Okay,
No,
so it wasn't a crime.
Going along with a smile on his face.
With a family member.
I was bowling and eating hot dogs and ice cream for 2 weeks.
Okay, well, I'll say you probably had a bellyache, but I will say this:
I do.
Malnutrition.
when I was younger, I would say probably a wee lad, 10, 9.
Yeah.
My neighbor was he invited us over. He said that we could use his giant wall. He had a big house.
Okay.
His giant wall to play wall ball.
Oh yeah.
Wall ball was a game where you throw a ball against the wall, it bounces back.
It's more fun than it sounds.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun.
It gets hyped.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of
If you're
fun.
in the right group,
With a
it's one of
racquetball?
it's a crazy competition.
Well, so we were playing with one of those like soft baseballs.
Racquetball.
Oh God.
Oh,
Yeah, kind of
No.
like
Literally
like
a
a
soft
weighted,
base. I know
yeah,
what you're
like a
talking about.
weighted
Yeah.
racquetball, basically.
Okay.
We're playing, throwing as hard as we can, and like Cameron was saying, it was getting hyped.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
me
yeah.
and like 4 or 5 of my buddies.
Cameron does say that.
easy.
Yeah, we're getting excited.
Yep.
And I know I'm like, you know what would make this party even better
Burgle.
if I bust that window out.
What?
I don't know what I was thinking. I was like 10, and I was just like, man, like everybody's so hype, and we're throwing the ball faster and faster
You
and
thought it would
faster.
be like a cheer.
I thought if I throw it
Kids
through the
are
window, kids would be
terrible.
like,
Kids are terrible.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so-
mean, yeah.
Okay, so I want to
I can
clarify
see
they
that.
would have. So and they did. So
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
my neighbor
Spoiler.
was out of town on vacation
Okay.
This is the neighbor with the big wall.
with a big wall, and we're playing wall ball in his house,
Yeah.
and he's out of town on vacation. I'm thinking to myself,
Where's
man,
the window in coordination with the wall that you're aiming
off
at?
center,
You're
off
supposed
left
to pick
center.
a blank wall.
That's the point
It
of
would-
the wall
concrete-
ball.
I have to say
wall.
this: I wouldn't have accidentally hit the glass. I did it on
Oh,
purpose.
okay.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was out of
Well,
the way
yeah.
enough.
Wayne's always bragging about his good arm.
yeah.
good
If I
arm,
if
it's
I
good
want to hit
aim.
something, I'm going to hit it, and I've always said
Oh my
that.
God.
So
Please.
I throw the ball through the window,
Sure.
and it leaves a baseball size hole in the window.
Okay.
As
My
it would,
10-year-old brain,
Right.
my friends scatter, by the way.
obviously.
When you're young and you're
Yeah.
a boy and one of the boys commits a crime, they
Yep.
flee.
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually.
So I'm there by myself. And in my 10-year-old logic brain, I'm like, look, if I go home getting a spanking,
Okay.
I've got to clear this up. The neighbor's going to come home from vacation, see
Yeah.
the baseball size hole in his wall.
Yeah, they're
The
gonna
kids,
know.
the kids he just invited to play wall ball days prior.
right.
Yeah.
It's
Well, there's
them, right?
also a ball in the house.
Right.
And,
So
and it says
exactly.
Golden Arm Wayne.
Right. On the ball. It's in there. So in my mind, I'm like, I've got to get that ball back.
Right.
I have no other choice.
Yeah.
Okay.
This window's
Is
already.
this the Sandlot?
No, this window's already.
I think this
Does this have
literally
Baby
is the
Ruthie
Sandlot.
written on it?
No, this
Was there a
win-
dog inside?
No, there's no one inside, but this window's already busted. So
Yeah.
my mind goes to, I'm just going to bust the window the rest of the way out,
What?
and it works
What?
it works twofold. It covers the baseball size hole,
I guess.
and then I can climb inside and get the baseball and leave.
Right. But your heart and your soul
are black.
are black.
It doesn't
Wayne.
matter. I couldn't
You're
read.
evil.
It doesn't
You're committing
matter.
another crime to cover
You're
up your
worsening
crime.
it.
Okay, you haven't even heard the end of it yet.
They sell baseball size replacement glass.
Yeah,
I'm
you just
10 years
patch it
old.
in.
I'm 10 years old.
You melt it in.
I
Hot
go
glue gun.
I go home. I get my broom. I go back.
You're cleaning?
across the street. No,
Use your
I'm-
mom's broom for a crime.
I'm using the broomstick to bust out the rest of the window.
Okay.
I shatter that glass.
And then you sweeped up the glass.
No, I
So
couldn't.
they say there was never glass in this window.
Yeah, right. No, here's the thing. I bust out the rest of the window with the plan of climbing in to get the baseball and escaping.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But I busted
Please.
out first before I realized I can't make it to the top of the window. It's taller than me.
Please tell me they come home to you busting the window. With
No.
a
Oh,
broomstick.
God.
They come home days later
Ugh.
after rain's been pouring in this
Oh,
open
no.
window for
You're a
72
terrible
hours.
person.
And here's the thing, even
That's
though
mildew, Wayne.
I covered
God,
up the baseball size hole
Well, yeah.
with a larger hole, they still knew it was me somehow. I don't
They
know
must
why.
have thought an atomic bomb hit their window with this baseball.
I guess
'Cause that
so.
was one baseball knock out every pane of glass.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I panicked once I realized I couldn't climb that high up, and I left the broom at the base of the
Oh,
of the window.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets home. He tells my dad, "I'm still
Well,
grounded." I'm
your
still- it's
broom
been-
says like golden arm Wayne's mom.
Yeah, Wayne's mom. Yeah. So 25 years later, I'm still technically on restrictions, but
Right.
you know, it's a big deal. But yeah, so I attempted burglaries, but you know,
Okay. Well, I was hoping y'all's would be a little older to match with mine.
Uh-oh.
Because
This
mine
is
was
recent.
Well, mine was like second year of college.
wait.
Okay.
Okay.
So like,
That's recent for me, not for you.
well, yeah, see, I'm
Right.
way past the age of accountability.
Okay.
So I don't know how to best describe this building while being vague enough. Let's just say this was a snack style building,
Okay.
owned by like a bad company, like
Like Twisty Treat?
like an Enron. I'm not gonna name any names.
Okay.
A Shell Oil, a Monsanto,
Right.
Okay.
I got it.
contain like snacks and such.
Right. Okay.
So a friend at the time suggests we can get in that building
And get some snacks.
and get some snacks. And of course, like
This is a legit business.
I can't say.
This is not your neighbor's house.
Yeah, the second year in college, you're 19. You can't just go. What?
Second time in college, so I was like 21, 22.
Okay, so either way, you're 21 and you want to break.
You want to break in for snacks?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want? Everybody eats snacks.
Okay, go ahead.
Adults
Keep
eat
going.
snacks. Grandparents eat snacks.
Yeah. Okay.
So I volunteer to drive.
Yeah.
4-door sedan.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, that's a getaway car.
It is 4-cylinder.
Right. Oh, super fast.
So this friend, sure enough, picks the lock with a credit card. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm telling you, this wasn't
The
the
twisty treat?
Yeah, who are you hanging
It's
out
not
with?
a twisty treat. So we walk in, and there's basically a pallet of those skinny, like 24-ounce sodas.
Oh,
You know,
Okay. The
yeah.
bottles.
Yeah, that say
Yeah.
like not for resale.
Right.
Right.
And of course, big eyes. We see soda, and we're like, jackpot.
I'm thirsty.
We hit the jackpot.
On the other side of the bottle says not for burglary.
yeah.
Not
we
for
didn't-
free.
We didn't read that part.
Right.
So we load them all up.
What? A
Yeah.
pallet of soda pop into
Basically.
your car?
This is
So
okay.
back seat, we load the trunk up. At one point, my friend's like, "Do you need the spare tire?
What? For
Because you
what?
need more room for snacks.
We need more room for snacks and for sodas."
Good
So
God.
I'm like, "No,
We got to shed some weight, boys.
I've never had a flat tire,
Yeah.
so I'm good."
Yeah,
So we
please.
take spare tire out. I think I'm gonna put it on the roof or on the trunk on the way
Right.
home. So we load up all the sodas. This thing, we're dragging tail, right?
Right.
The two guys I'm with are in the front seat on top of each
Wait,
other.
did you just get soda pop?
Full of some snacks, but they didn't have good snacks. It was like
So you literally broke into a store to steal
combos.
soda.
there was like combos there.
All those pretzel things?
You stole
Yeah.
$50 worth of soda.
What a pallet, bro. So we get to, I'm in an apartment at the time. We get to my apartment,
Okay.
3rd floor.
Yeah.
Adrenaline's still pumping, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took us an hour to load the soda.
Into your apartment.
No, an hour to load it in the car.
Oh my God.
Wait, you were committing a crime for an hour?
Yes.
Is this at night?
It's at night.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
under
not
the
dumb.
cover of
Well, you
darkness.
do sound dumb if you're stealing soda from a business.
Yeah.
2.5 hours to unload.
Good. What?
But we're adrenaline, right?
Yeah, yeah,
True.
yeah, yeah.
We stuff it all into my fridge thinking fridge is going to cool it.
Yeah.
But that's a lot of heat you're adding to the fridge.
Okay.
Right.
So
The story's getting deeper.
we sit down and I've got like Powerade. This is Pepsi products that I'm stealing.
Okay.
Mountain Dews.
Okay. Well, there goes
Mountain
that
Dews.
sponsor.
and
Yeah, right.
Powerade.
Sorry, guys.
So we all sit down, drenched, AC pumping.
Right.
We got Unreal Tournament on the TV.
Come on.
Twist open a Mountain Dew and
Oh,
a
yeah.
Powerade. We're going to mix them so we can stay awake, but have electrolytes.
I see what you're saying.
That's
Pour-
a Baja Blast,
We
baby.
pour it up, flat.
No.
No
way.
Open more up, no.
No way.
It was just,
Wait,
You
did you
could-
did you back into break into like the dumpster area?
no,
Or like
this
the
is a
storage area?
a
You
legit-
committed grand theft for flat soda.
so much flat soda. God bless. And it doesn't grow on you like
No.
regular soda. Like you never go like, okay, this next flat soda I'm going to enjoy.
Right. No.
Yeah.
It
No.
defeats the purpose.
Always
You
terrible.
can't just blow bubbles in it and like pump it up.
That's not the way it works.
Okay.
No, it's a
So what
different
did you
type
do
of
with
gas.
it all?
I think I moved out of the apartment with them in the cabinets.
Well,
with
you
just
left them?
soda in the cabinets and in the fridge.
It's like a blessing for the next person, though.
Is it?
They show up. They're like,
well,
this
at
guy.
first, until they taste them.
Oh, and I forgot my spare tire. So you got to, the scene of the crime has to look really,
Confusing.
yeah,
Because they're like, on one hand, some children burglarized.
Right.
stole soda, but they
Yeah.
had a car.
Well,
Right.
the thing is, the business is probably they probably think that you guys did them a favor for
That's what I
taking
thought.
a
It was
pallet
going-
worth
yeah.
of trash away from.
It was going into the dumpster the next morning.
Yeah,
So they showed up and they're like, oh, the night crew took it out. Thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
The cops
No,
were
that was
never
us.
looking for you.
They never knew.
They got a spare tire.
In the early 1920s, farmland in Florida was selling out fast.
Yeah,
It still is.
it does.
So land brokers were reaching out to people from all over the nation and even some folks in other countries, and he was offering them discounted prices for primetime Florida real estate.
Okay.
Prime time.
I like it.
Sounds
Yeah.
shady.
A lot of people were buying this land, and this came to be known as the Florida land boom. We've discussed it a couple times before on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Lots of folks from all over were now calling Florida home.
I definitely would have fell for it.
Right, I would have too.
Yeah.
Somebody sends you a mailer, hey, you want some cheap land in Florida?
Yeah,
Gladly. Yes.
Sure, of course I do. It's actually part of the reason why, though, Florida's population is a melting pot, so diverse, because so many people came at this one time from all over the world.
Right.
Got it.
Right? It's one of the reasons, not the
So
only.
these mailers were going worldwide. They weren't.
Oh, yeah,
just-
Mr. Worldwide.
Oh, yeah. Big time, baby.
So basically, some people came to build a business here. Some folks came to kind of homestead and start families. But the vast majority of the people who responded to these particular real estate ads, they came here to plant citrus. That was the goal.
Yeah.
That's what they wanted to do.
It's a good hobby.
Yeah, so oranges were the big attraction, and they were also the big money makers. But the issue with citrus in Florida is that from very early on, it was very hard to establish yourself, kind of to get your foot in the door.
Well, they say you could live on an orange a day for 2 weeks.
You can. But the problem with that is all the land that could actually grow oranges successfully was bought up by 3 or 4 companies.
Yikes.
Okay. So they were getting non-prime land
Right.
for oranges. Prime for other stuff.
Right.
Digging holes.
Absolutely.
Playing.
Rolling around in the
playing
dust.
in the sand.
Right.
Rolling around in the dust.
Right.
So basically, if you wanted to buy land, you had to buy the land that was left.
Right.
Okay.
Remainder land.
The remainder land. So there was a really good chance that if you did get that property, that you wouldn't be able to get your crop to succeed if you were still trying to plant oranges.
Also, I wouldn't recognize my land if I came up on it. I wouldn't be like,
That's a great
the picture. No, that's my spot.
And some
then
guy's
the-
already there.
Yeah.
Your map's upside down, though.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're in the wrong part of the state. You have to go a week that direction.
Oh, crap.
So these land brokers who were acting as kind of middlemen to sell this land, they realized that the citrus angle was basically expiring. It wasn't going to work much longer.
Okay.
So now they needed to sell this remainder land that was left.
Yeah.
And this is not easy farmland. It's
Right.
hard to do.
Yeah.
So
You gotta do something else with it.
well, it's dusty and dry.
I think the pitch has to be different, only for real hard men.
That's kind of what they did.
No.
Yeah.
Because I'd
So-
be like, I'd take that challenge.
Well, they
And-
realized that the only people who could farm this land were going to be
women.
true farmers.
Okay.
That's how they phrased it.
we need the real
Can-
deal
true
farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they shifted their marketing tactic to do this in the 1920s.
Okay.
They said, we're going to target 3 states that we believe real farmers come from.
Well,
Right.
They chose Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
You didn't let us guess. I would have
That's
guessed
so
all
good.
3
You
of
would've- I
those.
would have
Never
guessed
guessed it.
every single one.
Ironborn.
So, the Ironborn.
Yeah.
So they send these flyers out looking for true farmers
Right.
in the 1920s to Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania. And now the thought process is these people know how to farm. So
Yeah.
even though the citrus land, the primetime real estate is gone,
Mhm.
these professional farmers, they're going to want this deal, right?
So they're giving them muck land.
That's exactly what they called it.
No, God, don't you
That's
dare.
so weird.
way.
No, okay, it's later in my notes, but yeah.
No,
There's no way you
no
did
way.
that.
Okay, I'll show you.
This is
Okay.
so weird.
Okay, so basically,
Every week.
I know
don't know.
every week this guy.
He's
so
so
he's
lying.
like, if we can get people down here to buy this cheap, dusty Florida land,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if they can grow oranges or not. These people are true farmers. It's going
Okay.
to be great.
Right.
So they start sending these mailers out, but they're not getting the same response
Yeah.
because initially it was, "Hey, come grow oranges."
Yeah.
Right.
People associated that with wealth and profits.
True.
But now they're saying, "Hey, come get some true farmland." And
Come
people,
bust your butt.
yeah, basically,
Come grow something else.
something, anything else,
Cactus.
anything besides oranges.
Right.
Yeah.
Bring something
Right.
that'll work.
So they didn't get the responses they thought they were
Oh,
going
yeah.
to. But unbeknownst to these land brokers, their marketing letters did find the right people.
Okay.
Okay. William,
If you mail out 1 million of them,
Yep.
what are the odds, right?
what
You get 5.
you're gonna get 5 back.
Right.
And it's gonna be worth it.
So William Overholt,
Mm.
his brother Martin, their cousins Jerome and John Overholt,
They hit the family.
a
right?
guy
They hit
named
the right
Mose
family.
Kurtz,
Yeah.
and a guy named Levi Schlabach.
Oh, right.
So
That's the name I recognize.
they received one of these letters in the mail,
Yeah.
Okay.
and within 1 week,
What?
they all
Dang.
packed their belongings into a single 1919 REO Speedwagon,
That's a thing?
and
That is the thing.
and they left Ohio for Florida.
Okay.
So these
Okay.
6 people, they find out
Okay.
about this. They pack everything into one car, a Speedwagon. They loaded it
Yeah.
with tents, suitcases, fishing equipment, and 3 hound dogs.
Oh
okay.
my God. What
That
a
is
terrible
trip
ride.
of a lifetime.
And they set off for Florida.
That thing had to smell like muck.
So here's the thing. We're going to get there. I'm going to show you my notes. I swear to God. So the one thing these land brokers guessed correctly
Yeah.
was that these people in particular were in fact amazing farmers.
Oh yeah.
You named the 3 prime states.
Yeah, and they,
Right.
and they saw right.
And they have
through,
a wagon.
They saw right through the mailer.
Speedwagon.
They knew like this is just cheap land. They think that we can't farm this land.
Okay.
Whoa.
We're taking them for a ride.
Really?
Gotcha.
We're gonna get this
It's like
cheap
a
land.
challenge.
100%, right?
This is interesting.
They didn't bother them at all. So the Martins, the Overholts, the Kurtz family, and the Schlabachs, they sent word back to Ohio.
Yep.
Hey, Florida's the place to be.
Oh.
What?
We're gonna take these suckers for
I
a
don't
ride.
think
Bring
anybody
the other
said that.
wagons.
Right.
Bring the other speed wagon.
So
And the
they're
dogs.
they're raving about the climate,
Yeah.
about the all you can eat oranges from their neighbors.
Oh yeah.
What?
And
It's a perk.
most importantly, the
Yeah.
beaches.
Okay.
They loved it.
Yeah.
Which
There's
is kinda-
cocaine everywhere.
Well, it's kind of funny because like the land brokers thought, hey, we're taking advantage of them,
Right.
Yeah.
And they're like, they have no idea what they're getting into,
Right.
We're gonna farm the crap out of this land.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win, right? So they're selling dusty cropland, and these folks are just really happy about it. They show up between the 4 families. They bought 30 acres
Wow.
of what everyone called muck land.
No.
Oh my
way.
God.
MUCK land, Joshua.
I'm sorry.
He's a
It's
psychic.
in the notes.
He's a
It's such
psychic.
a- It's such a scary
When was the
skill.
last time you used the word muck?
It was a few.
I even spelled it out in my notes phonically because I was like, "There's no way no one's gonna know what this word is."
Muck's not a word.
Josh says it 5 minutes prior.
That doesn't make any sense.
I'm sorry.
I think he has a password to my email. So basically, the land
I
no
don't
one
think I've
else.
ever said muckland. Actually.
No, you haven't. The land no one else wanted. These guys wanted.
Yeah.
And these people made it prosper. They grew primarily. This is odd. Celery.
Okay.
How does celery even grow?
I don't know, but they started a celery farm.
Celery grows from the ground.
Good. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Comes up, you cut it
Bocephus?
off. You cut it off and you put it in a
He
bag.
calls you Bocephus.
And it still has dirt on it in the grocery store, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they-
celery's not a root.
No, it's a stalk.
They grew celery and some other vegetables.
Right.
Yeah.
And they did so with huge smiles on their faces. They were happy. These people love Florida. But the
Okay.
interesting thing is, these 4 families, they had a lot in common,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? Only 2 of them were related, but all of
Okay.
them all of them came from the same small communities.
Yeah, they sound like a family, even if they're not related. Yeah.
Right. Each family belonged to very small Amish and Mennonite neighborhoods in Ohio.
Perfect. Okay.
No wonder.
Now you're painting a picture.
So when they settled in Sarasota, Florida, and they genuinely started loving it,
I love it.
they
Okay.
went back to Ohio to recruit more of their neighbors.
Oh, they come from Amish and Mennonite.
Right, in
But
Ohio,
they're not like
right.
steady like Amish and Mennonite. Because they took a speed wagon. They drove, right?
Right. So they're a little progressive.
Okay. Yeah.
But they get down here, they get the land settled, they call back to Ohio, hey, bring the rest of the neighbors.
Yeah.
Who's
This is-
answering?
This is the place to be. Call back as in like a AO letter.
Okay.
Yeah. Not
okay,
like a
okay.
telephone.
Let-
I'm
Letter,
not
bro.
poking holes
Come
in
on.
your. Okay.
Right.
Sorry.
So basically, they let everybody know, hey, we need to live here. So they bought 30 acres initially. Right next to that, there was this camp at the time called the Sarasota National Tourist Camp.
Ooh, that
Okay.
sounds fun.
It had about 466 campsites.
Yeah.
And each campsite was about 40 feet long and 40 feet wide. So these original families reached back out to the Amish communities in Ohio.
Right.
Okay.
And they're like, hey, each family can come settle a plot of land.
40 by 40.
40 by 40. It's a
Jesus.
campsite.
Yeah.
That's
but
cool, though.
if we stay here long enough, who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Right.
So-
they can go 41 feet by 41 feet.
That's basically what they did. They all come down.
Yeah.
All these folks from these Amish communities in Ohio, they start flocking to Sarasota. They all stay at the tourist camp for so long that they actually get permission to build cabins on the campsites
Okay. So
instead of
Okay.
tents.
they just
Hold
stole
on.
land from the government?
Sarasota. Is
it-
that near?
Acquired. I should say acquired.
Back in that day,
Yeah.
the Homestead Act was still kind of on the tail end of happening, where you could
Okay.
just find land and kind
This
of
is mine
build
now.
on it and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, and people weren't renting out these tents, so
Well,
and they were
yeah.
paying the property owners to build these cabins and stuff.
Right.
Wow.
So by the 1940s, over 250 wood framed houses
Oh
were
my
built on
God.
this property. Right?
What's
Lord.
happening?
It was happening so frequently that the Sarasota Herald,
Yeah.
the newspaper at the time, regionally, ran an advertisement that same year saying that for $1,500, you too could live one of these simple houses, living off the land, living on crops, without the desire for modern advancement.
Okay.
So they were really
Okay.
embracing this
Right.
Amish Mennonite culture.
get down to your roots.
We're getting back to our roots.
This sounds eerily familiar.
This is where we're going to be. So before long, they had a school, they had multiple restaurants and a
Yep.
post office. People from all over the country were talking about the little Amish community settled in Central Florida called Pinecraft.
I knew
Pinecraft.
this sounded familiar.
Okay.
Because it was near Sarasota.
Yep. So till this day, the Amish community in Sarasota is absolutely
Great people.
It's
Absolutely.
thriving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinecraft still exists almost
Yes, it does.
exactly as it did during its formation 100 years ago.
It's trippy. It is trippy.
Yeah, so on any given day, you'll see thousands of folks dressed in traditional Amish and Mennonite clothing.
Yep.
Some of them will be farming or carrying baskets of produce, but a lot of them will be playing volleyball
Okay.
because
The chosen sport.
that's their chosen sport.
Yeah.
God's
And they
sport.
have,
It's God's sport.
they have regular volleyball tournaments.
Right.
And every now and then you'll see some of them surfing because apparently they really enjoy surfing.
Do you think like when the Amish get like an ace, like they group up together and give each other like high fives? Like, ace.
Ace.
Yeah.
And then they go on celery.
Gross.
So over the past 10 decades or so,
Yeah.
people from all over have just decided to live a little more simply
Okay.
and adopt the Amish and Mennonite way of life.
Sure.
In fact, up until recently, they still used horse and buggy for transportation.
Yeah.
Right.
And bikes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
bikes.
it was
Yeah.
damaging the concrete streets.
Mhm.
So the city officials and community leaders agreed to replace the horse and buggies with giant 3-wheeled bicycles.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's actually pretty cool.
Now,
Yeah.
some of this may sound familiar
What happened to the
our
horses though?
Rest in peace.
celery. They
Muck-
fed, they,
muck
fed,
land.
they fed them celery.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, they got
so-
super strong.
Here's the thing. This may sound familiar to some of our older listeners because way back in the early days of year 2
Here we go.
of our show,
Yeah.
Josh accidentally dated an Amish
Well,
girl named Annie.
It was true love.
I went through a customary, how you say, courting
Right.
accidentally.
Unbeknownst to you.
right.
I'll give you a rundown.
Okay.
Just so that they don't have to go back. You can choose to go back.
Right.
Oh, you
don't-
should go back.
I don't know the
It's
episode.
good.
Right.
I was going down to the Sarasota area for a work conference,
Right.
and I had to rent a car,
Right.
a convertible. It was beautiful,
Yeah.
actually, a Buick. And on my
That's your
way,
mama's money.
on my way to the hotel, I see a cutie,
Yeah.
milkmaid, broken down,
Right.
pushing a trike.
Right.
And I didn't know the area I was in.
Right. But that's your dream though.
A cutie pushing a trike. That's the meet
Right.
cute.
Yeah.
I've always asked.
I've
like,
always thought
the
that meant
Lord.
something else, but now I know it was literal. Okay.
Yeah. So I ask her if she needs a hand or
Yeah.
help.
Right.
Mhm.
And I drove her. Well, I put her trike in my car.
Yeah.
Right.
We listened to music,
Nice.
Psy, Gangnam Style.
Okay.
And then I drove her home.
And to be fair, I want to point this out. These tricycles they're adult grown-up bikes. They're massive.
Oh, yeah,
they're big. Yeah.
Big
It
baskets.
fit in the convertible with the top down.
Right. Right.
The pickle here is, and I don't want to spoil the story too much, but apparently I followed all the traditions to court an Amish girl
Right.
by offering her a ride home.
On accident though.
On accident.
Right.
I didn't study the Amish and then go try to pick one up.
Right.
Yeah,
I
but
did.
you would do that.
I would. So she's dressed like a milkmaid. I offered to take her home.
Yeah.
I put the top down.
Right.
So apparently all of these are steps to courting. A Amish boy
Right.
would ask to take the girl home.
Yeah.
They would put the top down on the carriage.
Right.
You can't
To
have privacy.
You have to have you have
Yeah.
to show like everybody else you're
You
not
have to
messing
leave.
around.
You have to leave
Right.
room for the Holy Spirit.
Yep. And then we sang songs,
Okay.
which is tradition,
Gangnam style.
Gangnam Style. And then I went and I met her father, and the history's there. That's why
Yeah.
I wear this toe ring made out of oak and sassafras.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think that is a root.
If Josh was in Sarasota because it's beautiful, he was there for work, but it's a lovely place.
It really is.
And so if you're looking for a quiet, peaceful weekend, you can get away in Pinecraft, Florida. It's honestly amazing.
Great ice cream.
There's
Listen,
amazing food.
some of the best food I've ever had in my life.
100%.
Amen.
It's
I
a
did sit
very-
there at the table
Oh my gosh.
eating pies and cakes. And
Oh yeah. The fried chicken.
I almost fell asleep.
And immediately you're like, I guess I'll marry you.
Yeah,
It's
that's
so
a good selling
good.
point, ladies. If you're looking to marry me, pies, cakes, ice cream. I've always said that.
And
Right?
That's 100%.
And
now
BLTs, a good BLT,
Ooh.
that will lock it in.
that you lock me in quick.
And now we know how the largest Southern Amish community in the United States was created.
Yeah,
And then who would have thought 100 years later,
Josh would come cruising
this Philistine named Josh comes cruising through.
in a red Buick.
I just want to
in a
know.
convertible.
I feel like is Annie's ancestors in that REO
Oh my
speedboat?
Wow.
Like, did we just do a story about her
Yeah.
great
Full circle.
grandparents?
Yeah,
Full circle.
This is true love.
Hey, listen, episode
I feel like you gotta go
127.
back.
I got to go back.
127.
I've dropped correspondence with her just because I'm tired of going and buying stamps.
Right.
So I really just got to step up
Right.
and be the father to the sons that I born.
What? That's not true. Hey, we love you guys so much. FMOFM podcast.
Yes, please.
That's where you can find us on social media.
Yeah.
FMOFM.com is our website. If you want some bonus material, bonus episodes,
yeah.
behind the scenes.
Yes.
Right now we're live streaming. Hello. God bless you to our live
Hello.
streamers. It's patreon.com/FMOFM podcast.
Yeah.
We love you guys.
Thank you.
We love the community.
And shout out to Drep and Stone for providing our drinks tonight.
Come on.
Yes.
The
Big shout out to
Enchanted.
Drep and
Listen,
Stone.
this drink, okay,
Here he goes.
it's a beer. It's the Enchanted Tiki Room, but it's a Dole Whip beer.
Yeah.
Okay, if you've ever been to Disney, Magic Kingdom, they have the Dole Whip stand. This
Yes.
tastes exactly like a Dole Whip.
It's pretty close.
It has milk sugar in it.
Okay.
Which
It's
I didn't
pretty
know,
good.
Which I didn't know was a thing until
Yeah.
tonight.
Hidden Springs Ale Works in Tampa. Yeah,
Ooh, all right. Shout out to them.
pretty tasty stuff.
Listen,
tasty.
love you
tasty
guys.
stuff.
Love our sponsors, our
Love you
supporters.
guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.
guys.